things I wanted to speak to y'all about, and this is for my service providers. I understand why we do it, but we have got to stop explaining to people that will never even patronize our business why we are worth what we're worth. If you've ever taken a business class, any sort of marketing class, you've always taught to identify your target market. So what does that client or customer look like to you? What experience would they be looking for? How much would they be paying you? In order to pay you what you're looking for, what kind of jobs would they have, et cetera, right? I feel like if we focused on our target market, we wouldn't be on the internet explaining to people why we charge this much for braids, or why a weave service with hair included is this much, or why wigs are this much, or why nails cost this much, or why eyelashes cost this much. And I want to put this into perspective for y'all. First and foremost, you don't go, like when you go to Rolls Royce or Porsche or Audi even, or whoever, right? Those luxury car brands, Mercedes, BMW. First and foremost, you do not walk into those places and tell them that they charge too much. Because guess what? They don't care. If your credit does not match the kind of vehicle that you want, you can't get that car. If you don't want to pay for that type of car, you cannot have that car. That's what it is, simple. They're not even going to spend the time explaining to you that, oh, you know, the headrests are, I don't know, fucking made of ostrich. They don't care. You can't afford it, take your ass down to Toyota, right? And ain't nothing wrong with Toyota, but I'm just saying. Okay, so you have to operate your business the same way. And this is not even a quote unquote black thing anymore. This is like an everybody thing. I'm noticing it in all industries with all different kinds of races, right? People want to explain, oh, color is this much. And, you know, when I buy this product from Ulta, it costs this much. Baby, them people don't care. They don't. There's not a soul that says, oh, the shampoo and conditioner that you use on me is $20. Okay, I understand now. They don't care. They do not care. We literally just look like we're whining, honestly. We look like we're begging. We're looking like industry pick-me's right now. Let me say this. When the brokest of the broke girlies want arrogance hate to do their hair, baby, they find their money. I don't care if they got to save up for the whole year. It was people that was telling us years ago that $300 for a weave install was too much, but they were flying to Atlanta and going to pay Alonzo Arnold almost $1,000 for a wig install. But there were people that was going to Alonzo Arnold and they weren't even talking to them. Like, they weren't even, that experience that you thought you was going to get on Instagram, they were not even getting in person from them. And I'm, you know, you don't have to compare yourself to the next person's business, but I'm just saying that to say that there's this thing that I've been taught in economics, because it's whatever the customer, whatever value the customer gives it. So it's the same thing for us in our businesses. To someone, it doesn't matter who's doing the braids. Maybe $300 is too much for braids, and that's okay. If you charge $300 for braids, baby, that's not your client. Why are you sitting there trying to explain to this person who already said, I'm not paying you that much, that you deserve to get paid this $300? Maybe they're not paying it. Now, there's some people like me that will throw a bag on anything that I want, but I do expect a specific experience. So for me, I always say, instead of focusing on trying to explain to people why you feel like you're worth whatever you're worth, whether it's the industry standard or it's what you have to offer or the quality that you're giving or the customer service or whatever it is, just show it. So like, for instance, if I want to remind people, because, you know, we're in this weird time in our industry where people have to like market the fact that a wash is included, I just show the wash. Wow. Hey y'all, so I finished my hair yesterday. I went live on Instagram because I told y'all it's a lot of construction and whatnot over here. So I'm gonna finish up this video, but I just wanted to show y'all how it came out before my client gets here. So this is it. If I can remember, I'll leave the colors, but these was roster free, and I used 3 packs, and I didn't even use the full 3 packs because y'all know my hair is kind of thin. But this is the finished product. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. We have got to focus on who wants to do business with us, right? There is somebody for everybody. There are people, like I said, like myself. Okay, like for instance, I'll give you guys an example. I'm not a designer bag girly. I'm not. I think they're beautiful, but I just can't for myself justify paying that much for a bag, right? I love novelty bags like Loungefly and stuff like that. But I'm the same person that while I might not go and buy maybe a $500 bag, I'll go buy a $500 perfume. Or I'll go buy a $500 shoe. So value is subjective. Value is based on whoever, the person that wants that service from you. I've had clients come to me and tell me, hey, normally I don't pay this much for this service, but I feel like you were worth it because you offer XYZ, whatever. So when I say like focus on your target market, stop explaining your worth and your value to people that were never committed to figuring it out anyway. And honestly, it's like you could go to Chili's, right, and get Cajun chicken pasta, or you can go to Bossa Nova and pay a little more. It's totally up to you. Look at Walmart versus Target. You know that when you go to Walmart, yes, you may get certain things of value, but is your experience going to be the experience that you want? I, for example, am only going to go to Walmart if I'm doing store pickup or if I have to run in there real quick. I'm not trying to be in Walmart with the people that think pajamas are clothes. You know what I mean? So let's stop explaining our worth and just making sure that what we have, what we're requesting from our clients makes sense for the level of service that we're offering. I think that we have to get back to that as well. Like a lot of the times, I'm losing my train of thought because they decide they want to start drilling shit when I'm working. But I mean, when I start recording, but whatever. A lot of the times, I always say, like, especially women, right? We will spend money on whatever as long as the value makes sense to us. It only becomes I didn't have XYZ to spend or this was too much. It only becomes that when you spend this amount of money and you're not getting the experience that you were expecting, right? So a lot of people, they're able to market this experience on the internet, but then they're not living up to it when the client comes. Whether that's just somebody being a mean girl, or there's all of a sudden there's these rules that are sprung on them that were never placed on maybe the website or what have you. I think that that's a big part of it, is just making sure that the experience is matching the price. I think that's a big thing is, and this is where we have to hold ourselves accountable as service providers. We're not speaking on, oh, well, clients are this and that. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about us. Anytime I've raised my price, right? Of course, there's going to be clients that are going to be priced out. That's just life. That's just what happens. Some people have children, or they have other obligations, or they have really expensive, whatever it is, where now they're not able to fit you into their budget, or maybe they're not able to fit you into their budget as often as they used to, right? But my clients come to me because they know that we're going to get started on time. They know that I rarely ever cancel. They know that in the event that I do have to cancel or reschedule, I will always offer them another service. I mean, not another service, another appointment. I never just be like, I can't do your hair today. That's it. My clients do understand that I'm human, but I also communicate with my clients. If I am running behind, which is rare, but if I am, I let them know, hey, I'm running such and such many minutes behind. This and this happened. Or, hey, you know, one of the kids have something going on at school. I don't need to cancel you, but I may need to push you back a little bit. Are you available? Also, because I leave my books open for the year, when something comes up, as soon as I find out, they find out, and we're able to usually reschedule to a spot that still works for them. I'm very understanding. Even though my policies are kind of strict, if you've been with me for a long time, I'm going to always look out for you, right? Like I had a client that her appointment was for 10 o'clock and she thought it was for 11 and she was running behind. Normally I would have took her anyway, but I had somebody after her. So what I ended up doing was, instead of just like, oh, well, you know, your deposit is forfeited. This girl has been coming to me for like 10 years. I just told her, I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. Shit happens. I totally understand. I was like, don't even worry about your deposit. We're just going to move the whole thing. Cause she had paid her appointment in full too. And I was just like, we're going to move the whole thing to your next appointment. She had like another appointment in like 2 weeks. And it's like, if you reschedule, it makes no sense. Cause now you're getting your hair done twice in the same week and you're going to be spending extra money. Like, you don't have to do that. So I take care of who takes care of me. When they come, even though I work from home, my house is clean. My kids are not in their face if they are here. If they're here, they're made aware. There's snacks, there's refreshments, there's whatever, but my clients can plan their day by me. You're not going to be here all day when you've had something to do at maybe 4. I'm not don't book this, and this because I'm not going to rush. I'm not that kind of hairstylist. Like, I'm not going to rush, but I do move fast. But my clients know, like, what I promise I deliver. I'm not a mean girl. If I'm not feeling you, I just won't service you. So you won't be sitting here, feeling like, oh, well, yada, yada, yada. Am I perfect? No. But my clients see me making an effort every single time they show up. Right? And that took years. That's not something that just happened overnight. Believe me, y'all, there's plenty of people on this interweb that got stories about me. And if you're seeing this, hey, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm much better now. But making sure, okay, so back to the car analogy, right? It's like, that if you purchase a Toyota, a Toyota's a dependable car. You know what you're going to get out of it. You know that you can literally drive this car and pass it down to your kids and possibly even their kids, right? You also know that you might hop in a Range Rover and you just spent Range Rover money and that shit was not meant for people like you. And now you can't afford the maintenance, right? So like people that complain about getting lace closures in frontals, like maybe that's a lifestyle. You need to make sure that you can keep up with that maintenance and that lifestyle. You have to make sure that as a service provider that you are not putting yourself in a position where you are dealing with people and things that don't align with you. And I feel like that's a lot of why everybody's over here trying to prove their worth to the internet when there's still clients that are looking for people like you. So for instance, if you don't like dealing with older clients per se because they don't want to book on your booking website, you don't got to explain to them why they need to book on your website. I get older people all the time that be like, well, can I just do this because, and I just tell them, no, that's not how I do things. You must book through my booking website. And I'll even tell them, like, I do know somebody, I have somebody I can send you to where you could just call or you could just walk in, but that's not how I run my business. And people don't understand that, like, even if you don't fit a certain client, with the experience that they have with you, they will refer people that do to you. So always keep that in mind. I have clients that I haven't seen in years because they might have moved out of state. I'm still getting people that are sending them to me. Hey, you did my sister hair 12 years ago, and I just moved to LA, and I've been looking for a hairstylist, and she sent you to me. You guys never know. So I just want to put that out there because I know that we get a lot of flack. Oh, and another thing before I go, also remember too that a lot of the time when people are coming to you and they're telling you what they don't want to pay you, a lot of the time it's because there's someone in our industry that was a bad egg that gave them a bad experience, and now they look at that service and go, why would I pay this much for this? They're comparing you to the person before them. Honestly, I'm going to say it's not your job to cure their PTSD. You can only move how you need to move. So for me, when that happens, I just tell them, like, well, I'm sorry that you had that experience, but I'm here if you do decide that, you want me to do your hair or whatever the case is. Another thing is, remember, it takes people about 10 times to see you in your business before they actually make the decision that they want to come and see you. So, make sure that when you do, you deliver. That's it. So that is my TED Talk for today. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.